Hey there, football fans! Ready to dive into the ultimate showdown of NFL greatness? We're talking about the top 10 NFL quarterbacks of all time. A lineup of legends who've wowed us with jaw-dropping passes, game-winning drives, and unforgettable moments on the gridiron. So, grab your popcorn, kick back, and let's celebrate the quarterbacks who've left an indelible mark on the game we all love. Number 10, Sammy Baugh. Sammy Baugh was no ordinary player. He was a true game changer whose influence stretches far beyond his playing days. Imagine a time when football players had to excel both on offense and defense alike. Baugh not only excelled, he stood out like a shining star. He wasn't just a quarterback, he was a master of accuracy and a pioneer in passing techniques that left opponents baffled. There's a reason they call him Slingin' Sammy Baugh. But that's not all. He also amazed everyone with his punting skills and defensive prowess, something you rarely see in today's quarterbacks. In addition to leading the league in completion percentage, passing yards, and passer ratings multiple times in his career, he led the league in yards per punt 5 times, as well as total yardage in 1943. That same year, he also led the league in defensive interceptions with 11. His average of over 51.5 yards per punt during the 1940 season was a record that stood for 82 years. Forget dual threat. Sammy Baugh was one of the last great triple threats of the game. A legend who paved the way for future QB greats on this list. Number 9, meet Roger Staubach, the captain. When it comes to Roger Staubach, he was an ace on the field, but his leadership skills were the secret sauce to his legendary status. Staubach rallying his teammates like a conductor leading a symphony, getting everyone in tune for the big game. And boy, could he cook up some game-winning drives that left fans roaring. But it doesn't stop there. Imagine the Dallas Cowboys hosting not one, but 2 Super Bowl trophies in the 1970s, with Staubach right at the helm. The guy that could read the field like a military strategist, making split-second decisions that turned the tide. So, whether he was launching touchdown passes or rallying his troops, Staubach was the embodiment of a true leader. That's the kind of captain every team dreams of. One who doesn't just lead by example, but leaves an indelible mark on the very essence of this sport. Number 8, John Elway. When it comes to making jaw-dropping comebacks, you can't help but think of John Elway. Elway, with his amazing athleticism and a throwing arm that could launch a football all the way to the moon, he led the Denver Broncos to not 1, but 2 Super Bowl victories in the 1990s. He wasn't just a quarterback. He was a bridge between the old school ways of playing and the flashy style of quarterback play we see today. Imagine being a fan back then, sitting on the edge of your seat. It was like watching a real-life hero in action. His name became synonymous with thrilling football, with those unforgettable moments that kept us all hooked. John Elway truly earned his place as a legend, leaving a legacy that still fires up the excitement of the game. Number 7, Otto Graham. Let's take a look at the remarkable saga of Otto Graham, the unstoppable champion of his time. An era when the NFL was taking its very first steps. In walked Otto Graham, a force to be reckoned with. He led the Cleveland Browns to a jaw-dropping 10 back-to-back championship game appearances and clinching a whopping 7 titles throughout the AAFC and early NFL. But it wasn't just about victories. It was the way he played that left everyone awestruck. He was the blueprint of today's versatile players. Throw a challenge at him, and he'd slice through defenses with his passes, leaving opponents scratching their heads. He could scramble and charge forward like a dynamo, making him one of the very first double-threat quarterbacks. Graham was the trailblazer who laid the foundation for modern quarterbacks to shine in multiple ways. His story isn't just about records, or championship titles for that matter. So take a moment to salute the legend whose legacy still reverberates in the heart of football history. Number 6, Dan Marino. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Meet the quarterback extraordinaire, Dan Marino, whose lightning speed release and jaw-dropping arm strength painted him as a true virtuoso of the field. Marino etched his name into the annals of greatness with jaw-dropping individual stats. In 1984, he won the NFL MVP and passed for over 5,000 yards, the first time it had ever been done. That unbelievable record, 5,084 passing yards, that unbelievable record remained untouched for more than 2 decades. By the time he retired with the Dolphins in 1999, Marino was the league's all-time leader in passing yards and passing touchdowns. Marino didn't just play the game. His impact reverberates in today's quarterbacking world. The way modern quarterbacks strategize and throw ones is a nod to Marino's pioneering style. So, as you watch the current stars work their magic on the field, remember, it's all part of the legacy Dan Marino sculpted. Number 5, Brett Favre. Brett Favre's football journey was all about his daring and fearless approach. He brought a unique passion to the field, where he threw both touchdowns and interceptions with unwavering excitement. Favre's incredible toughness and ability to keep going were clearly seen in his impressive streak of consecutive starts. This highlighted not only his durability, but his genuine love for the game. His crowning achievement came when he led the Green Bay Packers to a Super Bowl victory in the 1996 season, etching his name in the annals of football history. But it wasn't just his accomplishments that captured hearts. It was his thrilling and electrifying style of play that made fans from all corners of the country admire him. Brett Favre wasn't just a player, he was the gunslinger, making him a true legend and an unforgettable part of the game's tapestry. Number 4, Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning wasn't just about throwing footballs, he was a true mastermind of the game. His magic went beyond his powerful throws. It was in how he controlled the game right from the line of scrimmage. Manning was like a conductor of an orchestra, orchestrating his moves with unmatched finesse. Those moments before the snap were his canvas. With a whopping 5 MVP awards under his belt and not 1 but 2 Super Bowl victories, one as the captain of the Indianapolis Colts, Manning's greatness was undeniable. And hey, it wasn't just on the field. Peyton Manning's journey is a lesson in pure brilliance. He didn't just play the game, he redefined it, leaving us in awe and eager for more. Number 3, Johnny Unitas. Step back in time to the early days of professional football, and you'll meet this legendary figure, Johnny Unitas, Johnny U, the time bender, a young man stepping onto the field not just as a player. With his innovative passing style and strong leadership, he transformed the Baltimore Colts into a force to be reckoned with, snatching 3 NFL championships along the way. But it's not just numbers that make Unitas stand out. His impact on the game itself is like a ripple effect. In his time, he was one of the best at orchestrating the 2-minute drill, a game-changing strategy for those nail-biting final moments. Unitas played a pivotal role, the 1958 NFL Championship game, the first NFL playoff game to be decided in sudden death overtime. His knack for leading game-changing drives, he's the reason why quarterbacks, both then and now, look up to him. So next time you watch a game and feel the excitement, remember the man who rewrote the playbook and made history in his own stylish and unforgettable way. Number 2, Joe Montana. Let's dive into the incredible journey of Joe Montana, the football legend dubbed the Iceman for his unmatched composure during high-stakes moments. Imagine being in the NFL, right behind the line, and always keeping your cool when the heat is on. That's Joe Cool. With nerves of steel, he clinched an impressive 4 Super Bowl titles and scooped up 3 Super Bowl MVP awards. Rewind back to the 1980s, and you'd see Joe Montana orchestrating precision passes and mastering the art of timing and the West Coast offense, turning the San Francisco 49ers into a force to be reckoned with and one of the great NFL dynasties. The catch. Picture this. That single throw captured the essence of Montana's prowess under pressure and his ability to make magic happen on the field. So there you have it, the story of Joe Montana. And now, for number 1 on our list of the top 10 NFL quarterbacks of all time, meet Tom Brady. A tale that goes from being the underdog draft pick to a sensational 7-time Super Bowl champion. Drafted as the 199th overall pick in the 2000 NFL Draft and a backup to Drew Bledsoe, Tom's journey started from the bottom. Or past it, let's be real. Tom never really ran all that much. Making smart choices and having an unbeatable competitive fire, Tom's time with them was like watching a saga unfold. And that's not all. Tom decided to switch things up at the end of his career and join the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. A new team, new challenges, new coach, he embraced it all. And would you believe it? He won another one. Now let's talk numbers. 7 Super Bowl wins, and 5 times he was crowned the Super Bowl MVP. And you know what? It's undeniable. And there you have it, folks. 10 quarterbacks who've become pillars of greatness. Think of Joe Montana, who remained cool under pressure. The top 10 NFL quarterbacks of all time didn't just play. So fans, can you feel the adrenaline of their game-changing throws and awe-inspiring comebacks? Who's your personal pick for the ultimate quarterback maestro? Drop a comment below and let's keep the touchdown talk going. And of course, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more epic football vibes. Until next time, keep that pigskin flying and the touchdown soaring.